This is Michael David Cobb Bowen for Cobb Vision. I'm thinking about September 11th. It's a few days early, but I watched the show on Discovery Channel in high definition. It's the first real documentary or reenactment or dramatization of the event that I've ever watched. I've never watched the film United 93. I've never watched World Trade, and I've never really watched any of those other than a technical analysis or the broadcast or the news. There was one YouTube that came out with some music that I recall, but for the most part, I've not done much review of the personal side of the tragedy. And watching that show really brought it home in terms of what would you do if you were in this situation, given what you could possibly know about the situation, if you didn't believe that the towers could collapse, if you had no idea it was an act of war, but if you felt that your life was in danger, would you be willing to sacrifice your life to get somebody down the stairs? And it was a very difficult decision for me. But I think as soon as there was one particular part of this show where there was a man who couldn't make it, and he was overweight, and he was resigned to sit there on the steps, and another man attempted to save his life. Neither of those two made it out, but there was a particular moment at which a trio of men, one who did make it out, who decided, I'm going to save my life here and I should get out, as he was ordered to by a fireman. They were aware that it was war, and I think that knowing that it was war would put something different into my head, which makes me feel like, my instinct is to save people, and who knows how I would act. I do know how I have acted in the past with threats of deadly danger. I've seen people with guns put in their faces, and I've seen people fighting, and I've generally tended to react, to go towards that and try to prevent it from happening. It's an instinct that I have as a big brother, I guess, for better or worse. I managed not to get myself killed. But inside the World Trade Center, trying to save my life, I've been in buildings where there was earthquakes, and I have not just left my desk. I bring my computer with me. I disobey certain rules, and I go calm and orderly, but I always get out of the building. And I think if I knew it was war, and I had a sense that I might be passing somebody up, the only thing that came to mind was, we have to survive this. I have to survive this. I want to live to fight another day. And knowing it's war, I think I'd be prepared to get myself out. And if I was passing somebody on the way that I thought would die without my assistance, could I do it? That's a very hard question, but I think I could rationalize it by saying, tell me your name. You're going to die here, perhaps, if you don't get out. And tell me your name. I would try to do that and say, I'm going to fight for you another way. If I can't save your life. And the other possibility would be, I would identify somebody that, look, we two are going to make it out together, you and I. I don't know that I could altruistically try to save a second person. If I had saved one person's life, I think I would have done my duty. If I was a fireman, or if I was a policeman, if I was an officer sworn to save lives, that'd be a different thing. I think I could sacrifice in that. But finding out that I'm in the middle of a battle that I didn't start, I'd save my butt, and then I'd try to come back and fight another day. Knowing it was war, knowing somebody was trying to kill me, I think that's what I would do. It's very hard to personalize when you're not in the situation. We're all kind of in that situation by proxy. We understand that we are under some threat, that there are people trying to kill us, and there are all different ways that we have abilities to contribute. And it's all not necessarily heroic. So, I don't know. I think I'd like to be a better hero than I am. I think we all like to be better heroes than we are. But we should probably think about what we do best if we're going to contribute in an effort to save our nation. And so, that's what I'm thinking about these days, because we are under threat, and there are people trying to kill us. Something we can do. There's something we can do. At the very least, let us remember. Let us remember with respect. This is Michael David Cobb Bowen for Cobb Vision.